Week 18 hasn't even kicked off yet, and the warning sirens are already blaring inside AT&T Stadium. A Cowboys defense that's been gashed, embarrassed, and pushed to the brink all season is now staring down a quarterback most fans outside New York aren't talking about enough. And according to Brian Schottenheimer, that's a mistake. Because Jaxson Dart isn't walking into Dallas quietly, he's coming with confidence, control, and the kind of dual-threat ability that has already wrecked softer defenses this year. This is NFL SnapWire. Let's get straight into it. The Dallas Cowboys are limping toward the finish line of one of the ugliest defensive seasons in franchise history. With Week 18 here and the New York Giants rolling into town, the mood in Dallas isn't hopeful, it's tense. There's no playoff safety net. No margin for error. Just one last game, one last test, and one last chance to avoid total collapse. And before the Cowboys even lined up for practice this week, offensive coordinator Brian Schottenheimer made it clear, the Giants quarterback is not someone you sleep on. Well, I have to start with this because I was actually at Jackson's pro day at Ole Miss, Schottenheimer said. And there's a way he carries himself. There's a confidence. There's a swagger about the way the guy plays the game. That word, swagger, keeps coming up when people talk about Jaxson Dart. Not arrogance. Not flash. Swagger. The kind that shows up in body language, command, and the way a quarterback takes control of a huddle. Schottenheimer saw it firsthand. He was clearly in charge of what they were doing on the field, he continued. That tells you there's leadership ability and capability. When you watch Jaxson Dart play, he can hurt you throwing the football in rhythm. He can buy time, move around, make plays. And he's also a weapon running the ball. That last part should make Cowboys fans nervous. Because if there's one thing Dallas has struggled with all season, it's containing mobile quarterbacks who can extend plays. Broken coverages turn into chunk gains. Missed tackles turn into first downs. And discipline? That's been optional far too often. To understand why Schottenheimer is sounding the alarm now, you have to rewind to March, back to Oxford, Mississippi. At Ole Miss Pro Day, Dart didn't just participate. He put on a show. He threw close to 65 passes, starting with quick hitters and short timing routes. Slants. RPO looks. Check downs. Then he stretched the field, clean footwork, strong release, and a perfectly placed 55-yard sideline go route that dropped into Trey Harris's hands like it was guided by GPS. Yes, there were a few incompletions. That happens when you're throwing that much. But the overwhelming takeaway was control. Rhythm. Poise. SEC Network analyst Benjamin Watson was among those impressed. Obviously, Jaxson Dart was the headliner, Watson said. I thought he threw the ball extremely well. The receivers caught the ball well, except for a few drops late once they got tired. Exciting to see so many NFL front office personnel. And they weren't there by accident. Dart left Ole Miss as the school's all-time leader in passing yards with 10,617. He also owns the program record for wins by a quarterback, finishing with 28. That combination, production plus leadership, is exactly why the Giants believed in him enough to hand him the keys early. Fast forward to his rookie season in New York. Through 13 games, Dart has quietly put together a respectable stat line. 2,042 passing yards. 13 touchdowns. Just 5 interceptions. An 89.8 passer rating. Those numbers may not scream superstar, but context matters. He's doing this behind an inconsistent offensive line, with a young receiving group, and in a system still finding its identity. More importantly, Dart has shown growth. He's protecting the football. He's making quick reads. And when things break down, he doesn't panic, he escapes. That's where Dallas comes back into the picture. They'll do some things with him where they want to get him some carries, Schottenheimer warned. Get him out in space. He's a very dangerous runner, and a guy we're going to have to do a great job of containing. That sentence might as well be a flashing red light. Because containment has been a foreign concept for the Cowboys defense in 2025. Entering Week 18, the numbers are brutal. Dead last in the NFL in points allowed, 29.8 per game. Last in pass defense. 31st in red zone efficiency. Near the bottom in third down stops. Takeaways? Scarce. Explosive plays allowed? Constant. The only category where Dallas doesn't sit near the basement is run defense, where they rank 20th. And even that comes with an asterisk. It's not dominant, it's just less disastrous. For a franchise built on defense, intimidation, and physicality, this season has been a gut punch. And that puts defensive coordinator Matt Eberflus squarely under the microscope. From week 1, the cracks were obvious. Communication issues. Missed assignments. Poor angles. Early injuries forced constant rotation, and cohesion never had a chance to develop. Then came the moment that changed everything. Just before the season began, the Cowboys moved on from Micah Parsons. The decision sent shockwaves through the locker room and the fan base. Losing an all-pro pass rusher doesn't just hurt your sack totals, it changes how offenses game plan. It changes protection schemes. It changes confidence. Eberflus addressed it bluntly. Obviously, you have an all-pro pass rusher that wins really quick, he said. That's going to help any defense. But you can't look back. It is what it is. You just focus on where you are. That's been the Cowboys' mantra all season, it is what it is. But reality has been unforgiving. There was one brief stretch where hope flickered. After the trade deadline, Dallas rattled off 3 surprising wins, taking down the Raiders, outlasting the Eagles, and stunning the Chiefs. For a moment, it looked like the defense had found its footing. Then it all fell apart again. Coverage busts returned. Pressure vanished. Opposing quarterbacks picked Dallas apart with ease. Which brings us back to Jaxson Dart. He doesn't need perfect conditions to beat you. He doesn't need 400 yards. He just needs time and mistakes. And if the Cowboys give him both, Week 18 could look painfully familiar. This game isn't just about standings. It's about pride. About accountability. About whether this defense can respond when everyone already doubts them. Because if Dallas can't slow down a rookie quarterback in the season finale, the questions won't stop in January, they'll get louder. Questions about scheme. Questions about leadership. Questions about whether this unit needs a complete overhaul. For the Giants, Week 18 is a measuring stick for the future. For the Cowboys, it's a mirror. Brian Schottenheimer didn't issue his warning for drama. He did it because he's seen what Jaxson Dart can become, and because he knows exactly how vulnerable this Cowboys defense has been. Contain him, or get exposed again. There's no hiding now. No excuses left. Just one final game to prove this season didn't completely break the identity of America's team. If you want real-time NFL stories, sharp breakdowns, and the moments everyone else misses, you're already in the right place. This is NFL SnapWire. Hit that subscribe button, stay locked in, and we'll see you in the next one.